Oh man, I did not want to start with this kind of announcement, but yeah, Hogwarts Legacy just got delayed. Well, a part of it got delayed. It seems that the PlayStation 5, PC, and Xbox Series X versions are still dropping on the same date, which is February 10th, 2023, but the old gen versions, as well as the one for Nintendo Switch, will come in much later. This was just announced on the official Twitter account by the Hogwarts Legacy team. There's also a big gameplay reveal dropping tomorrow, December 14th, and lots more to talk about in this video, so let's jump right in. By the way, I'm also doing a giveaway for Hogwarts Legacy Deluxe Edition on all platforms. All you have to do is to subscribe to the channel, leave a like and comment on this video, and you can also follow me on Twitter, as that's how I will reach out to the winner at the end of the giveaway. I'll draw the winner once we reach 400k subs, which should happen pretty much any day now. So heading over with the new announcement, Hogwarts Legacy will launch on April 4, 2023 for the PlayStation 4 and Xbox One, and on July 25th, 2023 for the Nintendo Switch. The team is looking forward to bringing you the game, and we want to deliver the best possible game experience across all platforms. Of course, Hogwarts Legacy will still launch the versions for PlayStation 5, Xbox Series X and S, and the PC on February 10, 2023, with a 72-hour early access beginning on February 7th, as it was up until this point. If you want a more clear view of what this looks like, this is basically their new questions and answers on the main website. So these are basically the dates. The first one at the top, February 10, this was always there, but now only the next gen consoles and the PC are still remaining for that date. Pretty much everything else, including old gen and the Nintendo Switch, are unfortunately being delayed. Now, they haven't really specified the reason for it, but yeah, reading in between the lines, it seems that the old gen hardware is the limiting factor. Specifically, performance-wise, I just don't think they had enough time to even get a proper build ready performance-wise to meet the standards of a PlayStation 4 and Xbox One launch, at least not for the February date. And at this point, this late into the development cycle, it feels a bit like a slap in the face to all of the fans that did pre-order the game on those specific platforms. I do get it, and I'm just as mad as you are, but let's consider the alternative, which would have been much worse. And we kind of went through it with Cyberpunk 2077. Seeing what we saw with CD Projekt Red back at the end of 2020 and knowing what we know now, I don't think any developer out there will ever risk their reputation again in such a way to release a completely broken game. And I think we're gonna see a lot more of these delays in the meantime until we see a full transition to the next gen consoles, which might take a full-on year, maybe even more, with the supply shortage and whatnot. Anyway, as a result of this, there's other changes that came in with the deluxe edition pre-orders, as many people also probably looked forward to that. Well, it seems that those are also getting delayed, but only for the versions for the PlayStation 4 and the Xbox One. So they will start becoming available on April 4th, 2023, which is also the launch date on those consoles. As much as it sucks, you're not going to be able to get one earlier than April 4th. The early access also did change a little bit. So in the case of the PlayStation 4 and Xbox One, there's no longer going to be an early access 72-hour window, because all of them will completely launch together on April 4th, 2023. Meanwhile, the 72-hour early access for the PlayStation 5, Series X and S, and the PC will still remain, and if you buy a deluxe edition on those platforms or anything above it, you are still going to be able to play the game starting February 7th instead of the 10th. So yeah, that's pretty much it when it comes to the changes to the launch windows and everything else in between. Now, there are some good news as well for today, not just bad news, and that's the fact that we are finally getting some brand new gameplay. The showcase number 2 will drop December 14th, which is going to be tomorrow at these specific hours you're seeing right here. So 10 a.m. Pacific time, 1 p.m. Eastern time, GMT 6 p.m. and 7 p.m. Central European time, which is pretty awesome because we've seen a few shots of this, a glimpse of it, and I believe it looks very exciting. We of course got a few new shots of how the broom summoning animation works like, and I'm kind of on the fence, maybe even a bit bummed, because it seems to be much lower quality than the mount summon animation we saw in the previous video, being extremely nicely detailed, looking crisp, very in tune with the theme of like the Hogwarts universe, This one I'm not so sure about, not fully convinced just yet. We also have another shot of the Killing Curse, which in this case is being casted on what appears to be a troll, and it doesn't seem to be a finisher animation, neither some kind of combo or anything of sorts, but just a plain old spell that can be slotted on the same tab as any other spell out there. We can even see an outline and a portion of its icon right behind this ESRB rating in this footage. So this got me thinking, how do we even get to use it? Because balance-wise, it sounds pretty broken. You can just one-shot anybody, so what would stop you to one-shot bosses? Well, there might be some clues in this video, but obviously we're gonna see everything tomorrow. But just judging by the gameplay, I don't think this troll has a fully filled HP bar when the Killing Curse is casted, because we can see some damage was done to it. So maybe this is being used as some kind of an executioner spell when if an enemy drops below a certain percentage of their HP, this is a trigger that lets us use the Killing Curse on it. But who knows, maybe it's just something you can use at full HP and one-shot targets, though balance-wise, again, it sounds very fishy to say the least. And finally, also taking a look at the grab horn mount once more. Yes, as we suggested in the previous video, it is actually summonable, and not just that, you can interact with it, you can pet it. It seems that there is a full pet system in the game, and in this case there's two icons appearing at the top of this grab horn's head. One of them probably has to deal with HP, so maybe it was recently fed from just cleaning it or interacting with it in some way, or maybe giving it some treats, because I believe there are some treats in Hogwarts Legacy for our mounts. Anyway, this is pretty much it. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video.